Hey, it's Time Out with Michael, a show where we talk about everything and anything. I'm excited. Are you guys ready? Because I am. Today's episode, Everyday Attitude. Let's go. How is everybody doing? Happy New Year. Merry New Year. I'm so excited to be back here again in the studio doing what I like. So welcome. Time Out with Michael. We're going to switch it up, but I'm just going to talk about this now so everybody knows. I got a lot of feedback off of my last show, which I really want to do again with Tony, and we will do again at some point in time. But I did get a lot of feedback because we started off as a podcast, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And we kind of moved into a live stream here on YouTube and Facebook, and we do like that format. It is a lot of fun. But I think one of the things is that it got a little bit off subject. Like if you're watching the live show, you're listening as a podcast, then you really couldn't hear or you couldn't visualize what you're hearing. So podcast, that's how it worked. So I'm just going to move this to a live show, and I will put it on to some podcast formats into all of that stuff. And if you want to listen to it in a podcast form, then you can. And if not, I mean, you can listen to it on here. You just don't have to watch the video. But I think it just, like I said, I'm going to move it to Time Out with Michael, just being a live show. No more podcast on that. I mean, it will be on podcast format, so you can listen to if that's what you want to do. But, that's kind of how we'll do it. Midlife Vibes in the house and part of Rosa's World. Thank you so much for watching and appreciate your guys' support. So, again, like I said, I wanted to go into a different direction and more have like a live stream, because I do like doing that. I also want to get into going out and doing some things and doing some live edit videos or some live videos, and then going in and editing it. Yes, that's the correct thing. And just have fun. Like we travel so many places. Like we went and did some riding this weekend in the side-by-side, and then I did like a little movie trailer off of iMovies, and it was a lot of fun. It's kind of funny and goofy. Maybe I'll put that on the channel, and you can see it's kind of goofy. You know me, I like to do those fun things. So I want to kind of move into that editing video. I just don't know what my time frame is going to be. So we'll just continue to do this, and we'll try to move into some live videos. So, hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. Everybody had a good New Year. How many people are on diets? Yep. That's the thing. We're always on diets, but that's what you start off with in the new year, is diets and resolutions. And my 10-year-old kid, he tells me, he's like, hey, I want to talk to you guys about your revelations, or I think that's what he said. He wanted to talk about our revelations instead of our resolutions. So we put that in the Facebook so we could remember that. I think that was pretty funny. But we did have some revelations, and they were all the same as last year's and the year before that. So this is, I wanted to do this episode, Everyday Attitude, moving into the new year, just because, they have a lot of experts out there say, well, you got to start now, start on a Tuesday, if that's when you're going to start. Monday's just Monday, and the first part of the month is just easy for everybody. So let's just stick with that. If that's something that is okay with you, then do it. I mean, that's what you want to do. Which really just I want to put into there what we're starting off with: determine your own reality. Okay, you're going to be the one that determines your reality. All right. So if you want to go out and lose weight, then go out and lose weight. If you want to be a better friend, be a better friend. And I mean, again, it's up to you. You determine your reality. All right. So for example, let's say you you come into the new year and your company comes to you and says, look, we don't need you anymore and we're going to move on. And again, instead of being so angry about it, I mean, you can be angry about it and you can be disappointed and sad and all of those things, but the next steps are going to be how you how's your everyday attitude going to change. So what you want to do is you want to go in there and figure out what went wrong. Take it as a learning point, take it as a learning curve, and use this time to find out what you really want to do. So obviously the path of being a fry cook at McDonald's was not your thing, and maybe you find something better out there. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and they may not be what you want to do. We hear a lot on the front to see. You go out. You used to be a plumber, and there's no plumbing jobs, and I'm not going to go work. Well, why not? Why not go out and do that? Your everyday attitude. How are you going to determine your reality? Because I can tell you right now, I've in the last 8 years been very fortunate. 9 years been very fortunate for my company that I work for, and before that, I went through 7 or 8 jobs within a couple of years, and I didn't find my niche, but I didn't stop looking. I didn't stop being determined to determine my reality. I mean, I had to work, I had to feed my family, I had to take care of things. And so again, it was about my everyday attitude. Was it a lot of fun? No. Were there some good points about those jobs? Absolutely. And I just kept working until I found my niche. And I did find my niche. I kicked the camera. Sorry. So just think about that as you go through your everyday attitude, especially my days. Remember if you're a follower of me, Time Out with Michael and Tony, we did an episode on F Mondays. Everybody always complains about Monday, like Monday's the worst and da. Well, is it worse because you make it bad, or can you make it good? Again, determine your reality. Start your day strong. I think that if you start your day strong and get your day going in the right direction, that's going to make everything, whether it be a Monday or a Friday or a hump day on Wednesday, Saturday, whatever, maybe you work split shifts, whatever, start the day off strong. And, one thing that I talked about with some people was, well, maybe they're not a morning person. Okay. Well, if you're not a morning person, again, figure out how to make that day start strong. So if it takes you a couple minutes, half an hour to get going, and you have to be somewhere at 7, start your day off at 6 o'clock. That gives you 30 minutes from 6 to 6:30 to get yourself going. And then you got that 30 minutes to, really kind of just get things put together, start off strong. By the time you get to your job or to your day by 7 o'clock, if that's the point, then you've now started off the day strong. And baby steps, it doesn't have to be right away, but I think, make some small adjustments. Small adjustments are always good for an everyday attitude. But don't let that be your excuse. I mean, we have excuses, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Which we'll get into, with some things about excuse. One key thing of everyday attitude is exercise. There's that movie, Legally Blonde, I believe is what it is. And I always quote this, is that exercise creates endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands. All right. So, I mean, seriously, go out and exercise. If it's just like walking around the house or the apartment or wherever, just walking around for 5-10 minutes, getting your heart rate up and just doing that, or taking, a walk on your lunch break, or if you can do that, you're sitting in an office and take a couple laps around, you're waiting for a file to compile, or you're waiting for something to download. We have really good download speeds now, so it doesn't take as long, but maybe you're just, take a break, 2 or 3 minutes and just walk around the office. All those people that smoke, there's your break, I need to take a smoke break. Well, take a walk break or something, do some exercise. If you're into exercise and you fell out of it, go join a gym. Go do something. If you can't afford to do a gym, there's a lot of things around your house that you can make work for the gym. And here's one thing that I'm going to say about everyday attitude to all of you gym rats. All right. You guys that see the people that come in January and February and hog up the gym, and they're there and they're in your space, and they're only going to be there for a couple months. Well, maybe they're only there for a couple months because of you, because of your attitude, your everyday attitude towards them, that they're in your way and that they're in your space and that they're taking up your stuff. Let me just tell you, you started somewhere too. You started there however many years ago, however many days ago. So remember that in an everyday attitude. When that new person walks into the gym, greet them, tell them that you're proud of them for being there. They'll stay there. And guess what? The more gym people that are in there, the more the revenue goes up, the nicer the equipment, the better the Wi-Fi, the better the music. Just think about that. Next time, everyday attitude for you gym people and exercise that are there every day consistently. If someone's screwing up and they're on your equipment and they're doing something that's going to interfere with your stuff, pull them aside. They don't know. Pull them aside and say, hey, look, I'm on this machine for another 15 minutes. It's all yours after that. In fact, this guy over here, he's going to use it too. So maybe just wait, or, help them, guide them. Somebody helped you. Somebody helped guide you. That's one thing that I just, everyday attitude. I think that's one of those things I want to talk about on exercise for sure. Let's see. So let's go over a couple comments on this. Rosa says, I'm just trying to eat healthy every year now. I mean, it's good. And we fall into bad habits, but you can fall right back into them. Yes, the family was good. Holidays were good. And Midlife says, can't wait to see it. Oh, I can't wait to see probably the trailer that I did. I'll send it to you, Becky and Josh, whoever that one is. Let's see. Yep, you got to keep doing that. David Brendanstein says on here, Mondays, brother, aren't even bad in Wyoming. What makes things bad is the people in our country that don't care about our country. Much love to you and the family, brother. Absolutely. The country's in disarray. Who knows? Is it like the 6th or the 7th that we're going to all go march for all those things? Not on this show. Okay, moving on. Motivation, everyday attitude. Find something that helps you with your everyday attitude. Well, is that a book? Is that a TED Talk? Fill your brain with positive things, positive affirmations, positive thinking. That's what's going to help your everyday attitude. We get stuck in the negative. We get stuck in the crappiness, and it's easy. It's easy to get stuck in the negative and the crappy. And if you can find something that is good for you, a book, a TED Talk, anything like that. Find somebody that, gives you positive affirmation. I mean, that's going to help you on your everyday attitude. And you would be surprised at how much positive influence can change your whole day, change your whole week, change your whole year. And you just might be one of those people that gives that positive affirmation or gives that suggestion to somebody that just changes their whole lives, which is, it's good. It's good, right? I mean, that's what we want to see. So also when you're doing these things, think about what languages shape your thoughts. And what I mean by this is when somebody greets you and they say, hey, how are you? What do you say to them? Most of the people that know me and have met me, they know my line. I'm going to give a few seconds for anybody that's watching to put in the comments when somebody says, hey, Michael, how are you? What is my line? How am I? I use something totally different, and it was an icebreaker that I learned in a TED Talk long before TED Talks were popular. And I thought it was just so funny. The guy used it, and I was like, I am so using that, and it works every time. So what do I say when somebody asks me, how am I? And some of the things that you can talk about when somebody greets you is, awesome, super, wonderful. Instead of just saying good, I'm okay. When you have a positive attitude on that, it is it's going to spill over to you. It's going to spill over. And even if you're having a crappy day, very good, Aaron. I'm horrible. Okay. So, those of you that, hang out with me on a daily basis, a weekly basis, where's my mouse? I was trying to find it. I was going to throw it up there, Aaron. I'm horrible. Okay. So I listened to a TED talk and this guy said, every time you walk into a place and somebody says, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm good. It's like, what do you, it's just one of those things you just continue to say. You always say, "I'm good." And you just keep walking. And so some of the icebreakers for me, and to get to my, if you guys know what I do, I wanted to have a different kind of conversation with people. And so anytime somebody before would ask me, "How are you?" And I would say, "I'm horrible." And, "Oh no, why? Why are you horrible?" Because now we're just starting a conversation, and I'm just kidding. Everybody always says, "Good, I'm good." So that's how, I started my stuff, and I still start my stuff with a lot of strangers, is "I'm horrible." And then they want to talk to me about it. And now we're having a conversation. Now we engage, and they can get to know me. I can get to know them. That's just who I am. Everyday attitude, right? Hi, Becky. How are you? Hi, Josh. Hi, everybody. I can't remember. Yeah, here we go. Getting good at this, right? So again, what language shapes your thoughts? Think about that when you're talking to somebody, having a conversation. How is it going to shape your thoughts? Hang with positive people. This is an easy one, folks. Like, everyday attitude. If you hang with positive people, you're going to have a positive influence. You're going to have a positive outlook. Things are going to be positive for you. And, oh, the lighting's so bad. We're working on the lighting. It's getting better. We have a light out in our studio, dang it. And we're gonna fix that. We got some lights ordered, hopefully soon. So again, hang out with positive people. And I think that, again, this is an easy one, but if you hang out with negative people, you're going to be negative. I mean, I know quite a few people out there right now. And I thought, man, the only reason you're negative is because you hang out with this negative person all the time. That's why you're negative, and that's why they're negative. And man, if you just hung out without that negative person, you'd be so much happier. And yeah. Bye, Rosa. Thank you. Watch the replay. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you're a YouTuber, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Rosa, somebody, I'm going to have to make you guys mods so you can do all that stuff and help out. I appreciate it. But yes, subscribe, leave comments in my chats, leave comments in the YouTube chats. It helps. Trying to grow all of this is only done by you guys, and I appreciate it. So yes, thank you. And so back to hanging out with positive. If you just hang out with positive people, like, it's good. Like, and they just wouldn't. So then they got away from this negative person, and I was like, yep, that you are the reason that you were the negative person. Wait a minute, maybe it was you, because now this person's positive. And yeah, it was kind of bad. So anyway, hang out with positive people. Okay. Part of my diet, the water. We call it a food plan. It's a lot easier to call it a food plan, don't you think? Because the key word in diet, as Carrie explained, is die, D-I-E. There's no end game to a diet. It's just you do it and then you're done. It's dumb. Anyway, Rosa, you're probably like a mod of everybody. Our good friend Rosa down in Cali, she's a really good moderator for things. I don't think I have very many people watching on YouTube, Rosa. So the more I can get, that'd be awesome, and then we can make sure nobody's being dumb on the stream. Show appreciation towards others. I think this is a big thing. A big thing. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what vehicle you drive, what house you live in. You could have the biggest house in the world and nicest vehicles, and you could be a complete jerk. I was going to use so many other words, and I remembered my good friends Watch your language and your thoughts. But I just show appreciation towards people. Appreciate what they do for you, why they're in your life, and I think that that's going to change your outlook and your thoughts. And again, like I said, money can't buy friendship, and it doesn't matter when you die. I was told by a very good friend, 15, 20 years ago. He told me it didn't matter what you had. When you die, you can't take it with you. And the impact that you have on people's lives as a person is going to be far greater than whether or not you had that 2020 electric Hummer. And I'm telling you, that thing is awesome. Or the big house, 7 bedrooms, new, great, wonderful. Now you're still stuck with a payment unless you're rich. And yeah, there are some people out there that can do that. So never mind, that doesn't work. But anyway, be positive to people. Show appreciation towards them, and that everyday attitude towards them is going to, again, you're going to impact their lives, not only yours but theirs. And you would be surprised at how much you impact them. Seen it firsthand. Yes, Jamie, lifestyle change, of course, absolutely. It's you have to do that. It's got to be a lifestyle change. Negative in and negative out. Now, this is an easy one too. If you start getting negative into your life, like people talking down about you, on you, people talking bad about you, just negative stuff, influence, and that. Get it right back out. If it comes into your life, get it out of your life, spin it around in a positive. There's a lot of people that, there's a person I talk to quite a bit, and we both talk about a lot of positive and negative things. And we've really tried to work on this, a lot lately. And that's talking about positive things and not the negative. There's so much negative. Negative's easy. Negative's the easy one. Positive's the hard one. Have you ever said, like, that's the easy thing. Positive is the hard thing. It's easy, but it's harder than you think. Maybe not. Maybe it's easy to spill the negative. It is. Positive is easy too, but it's easy to have the negative. And I think you just need to get rid of it. Negative in, negative out. Turn it around to something positive. That's like I said, we talk about all the negative stuff in our conversations, and we've just really tried to really, okay, wait a minute, let's move away from the negative, because then you can tell the conversation starts to get a little negative and dreary and gloomy, and we just want it to be positive. So we always try to make it to go back into a positive and try to stay out of that. Live with gratitude. I think this is it's not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing to live with gratitude, but it's one of those things that, so many positive things happen during a day, and we ignore it. We let it go by. And then we let that one negative comment just ruin our whole mood. That whole negative thing just boom, and it just destroys you. And I think we need to live in gratitude. We need to be thankful for what we do have. If you have a job, especially in these times right now, if you have a job, gratitude. If you have a roof over your head, you have food, clothes, things of that. There are people that struggle on the daily, a large portion of people. And it's just the way it is. It's the world today. It was the world yesterday. It was the world 20 years ago. and it's going to be continue to be the world as we move forward. And we take a lot of things for granted. Josh and Becky, can you tell me what we all took for granted? I miss the place because it was my happy place. It was a place where I could go and enjoy everything that could possibly go wrong. I'm not kidding. Like it's one of those things where I walked into that magical place, and any of you that have been there should be able to attest to the way Disneyland makes you feel. And I have to talk about that because I love Disneyland. It's my happy place. I do love it. It changes all the time, but the way Walt Disney put that whole place together, he made it so it would drown everything away, and took the outside world away from you, so you were just in this magical place. I'm not even kidding. Like, you go in there and walk down, like, even if you're a bitter person, if you're a negative person and you just don't care for Disneyland and you got to spend all this money for your kids and your family, whatever, go in there, walk in there with a positive outlook, and just listen. Stop and when we can open that place back up, stop and listen. Walk down Main Street, sit on a bench and listen and smell and watch. Just put it all away. And I'm going to tell you right now, you will get lost in the smell of the popcorn and the vanilla and the sugar plums and all those things. I'm not even kidding. Like, it is there. You will get lost in the music that is in the background because you can't hear the traffic. You can't hear the honking of the horns. You can't hear the sirens. Well, sometimes you can, because sometimes they go by and they're pretty loud, but really you don't hear any of that. And watching all these people walk by, except for that disgruntled dad who's mad he's got to spend all that money and push the cart around because mom's just having a good time. You see the magic. And so I think about that we take a lot of things for granted. And that's one thing that I kind of took for granted, was how often I could go to Disneyland every year and had fun, and now it's not there. And I sometimes feel really bad that I took that for granted. Some people don't have a roof over their head. Some people don't have a car. Fidgeting, because it makes me sad to think about that. And we need to live with more gratitude, I think. And I think just think about that. Don't let the bad thing just ruin your whole day. Again, so many positive things happen. So many positive things happen during the day. Recharge your batteries. Recharge them. You have to take a break. You have to take a break from your everyday life. You have to take a break from work. You have to take a break from just things. Recharge your batteries. Take a few hours for yourself and read a book, watch a movie, go play tennis. I like playing Frisbee golf, so that's one thing for me. I like going and riding the side-by-side. Playing the guitar is something for me. Going on a drive and jamming to music and singing as loud as I can. Waving my hands in the air like I just don't care. That was not a plug, but it was fun. If you're not in a position to travel, that's okay. Not all of us can do that. But you can take a staycation. You can take a home vacation and just relax. You don't have to get up. You don't have to clean. You don't have to do anything. Just do it. Recharge your batteries, because if you don't recharge your batteries, you're just going to be miserable. It's going to be bad. It's going to be horrible. We can't work every day. If work can't get a by without you for a few days, then there's something wrong. They did it before you were there. It's all right. You run a good ship. You do a good job. You do good at what your position asks you to do. And they will try to get you to come back. But sometimes you just need to take a step back And if you have to work a little bit harder when you come back, then that's okay, because you're determined to do it and you have a good attitude to be able to do that. You just need to go recharge your batteries. Take time for yourself. Take time for yourself. And again, that means, eating healthy, exercising, reading a book, taking a vacation, recharging your batteries. All the things we just talked about. Start small. Start small and do something that is easy. A really good friend recently told me to start small. Start with something small and do something that I knew I could take care of and do. And that's the key right there, small goals, because it's all about the mental process. If you can train your brain to be successful on something small, then you can move on to something, a couple small things, and then you can move to something bigger, because as you succeed, you feel better. When you don't succeed, you don't feel good, right? Okay, so let's succeed. Do something. If you need to remember to straighten out the pillows on the bed, make the bed. Maybe you need to not eat past 8 o'clock. Maybe you need to take an extra 5 minutes to get to your job. I mean, start and make sure that those goals are obtainable for something very small, so you can be successful. Because once you make your small goals, then your medium goals and your big goals become much easier to take care of. And so I think that, again, you'll start investing, you'll start implementing other tips and tricks into your positive everyday attitude, and you're gonna watch the sky will be the limit at that point. And there's so many good things out there. There's TED Talks. There are people that are motivational speakers. There are podcasts. There are live streams. There are so many things. Go out there and get it. Go out there and find it, and find something that you like and that you enjoy. And I think that you will really see things change. One thing that a model that I live by, and there's been a few times throughout this time, it's been about 20 years since I decided to come up with this model. I had a really, really, really bad day about 20 years ago. It was crappy. It was probably the worst. It was a bad day, and things went wrong. Things went awry. And after all of that, had to do a bunch of things, counseling, talking to people, trying to figure things out. And I decided that I would no longer have a bad day. I was going to have good days and great days. And I really try to live by this still. And what that means is I'm not going to have a bad day. I'm not going to let the day be bad, because again, once the bad day creeps in and those bad things happen, then you don't want to do you don't want to do anything. Anything positive that's happened is out the door. Anything that possibly could be positive is not going to happen, because you're just having a bad day. And so I decided to have good days and great days. And so how this works in my positive affirmation and my everyday attitude is I have good days and great days. And so today was a great day. Like, it was, I got some things done at work that I really wanted to accomplish and knew it was going to be hard. Had some great conversations today, and we got some things accomplished. I'm able to be here on the podcast, or it's not the podcast. I say that's what I used to do on the live show, and I'm so excited. This is what I like to do. It was a great day. I was able to make sure my food plan was on point. I wasn't angry. Thanks to Aaron for not pushing me too far off the edge. No, just kidding. You don't ever push me off the edge, Aaron. But no, it was a great day. And if it wasn't a great day and things didn't work out, it would have turned into a good day, just a good day. And there's a chance, if today was just a good day, that tomorrow can be a great day. And I feel like it's a good thing for me. It's a good model for me to stick by, because I was tired of the negative. I was tired of that. And I need to put the negative out. And I hope that you guys can too. I hope you can find something out there that is going to do that for you as well. Thanks for joining. I appreciate everybody that has watched the live show. Again, I will put it out there in some podcast formats. But I'm just going to go to a live show every Monday at 7 p.m. I want to thank Elise Sowers for putting together my logo. I want to thank UN Lanes for helping sponsor the show. We wouldn't be able to have the show without UN Lanes. Drama City Productions, here they are over here. He's got a podcast network. He lets me play in his studio. We play in the studio. It's a lot of fun, so I appreciate that. We work together, don't we, Ben? I hope so. He does things, I do things, and it's been a minute since I've been in here, but I'm glad to be back. Here's the thing, I enjoy doing this, and it's something that I enjoy, and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. If you want me to do a show on something and so we can talk about things, shoot me a text message, shoot me an Instagram message. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You can look for us there. I enjoy doing this, and I couldn't do this without all of you guys. And I kind of fell away from it for a second, and I had a lot of good people pushing me in the right direction. So I appreciate you. Thanks for joining. If you like the show, tell your friends. Share it on Facebook. Tell them to go subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Facebook. Subscribe on Instagram. Don't forget to leave comments. That helps us get this show out there. It helps YouTube say, oh, hey, here's a upcoming show. I know a lot of people that have tons of followers, and it helps. And we're only at 31. So my goal by the end of this month is to get to 50 subscribers. And then we'll go to a new goal. Here we go. Everyday attitude, right? So my goal is to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you know anybody that doesn't listen to this, doesn't watch this, tell them about it. See if they like it. We'll do something fun. We got a lot of content. I have a whole list. I have some guests that are going to come on. We'll have them in the studio live. We'll have them in their house, because social distancing, we still have to do that. I don't even want to talk about C19, but I have to, because it's in our face. But again, thanks for joining. I hope you guys like it. And here's the awkward part. Trying to end this broadcast, trying to end this show, it's hard. See ya.